Welcome to X Games Los Angeles. This is America's Navy Skateboard Big Air, which is about to go down. Right now, we have guys coming on down, and we are about to go down right now. Skydivers coming in. It is a beautiful afternoon. I'm here with the Birdman, Mr. Tony Hawk, and what we're talking about today is this man on screen, Mr. Bob Burnquist. Look at how many X Games gold medals he's got under his belt. He's the most decorated athlete. Mitchy Brusco on screen right now, two-time X Games Skateboard Big Air silver medalist. He really wants that gold medal. He was also out as well. Same with this guy here, Jake Brown, coming out of Sydney, Australia. Both coming out of injury, and they're looking to grab that spot from Mr. Bob Burnquist.
Yeah, both are out of Munich, but they're on the comeback here.
He's going for the Grand Slam, we like to call it, and this is his video part that just dropped, all filmed in his backyard.
Yeah, as if training for these big air events and winning 4 of them doesn't take him enough time. He has time to film an entire video segment doing brand new tricks like that, hand flip, back flip, and then just playing with a helicopter.
Look at him go here, just throwing down everything. Make sure you guys check it out, ESPN.com. Bob Burnquist's part is on there. This is it on the screen right now. Mr. Bob Burnquist is about to chat to our third member, Alyssa.
Hey guys, yeah, so Bob, as they just said, it's been a bit of a busy week. I mean, I've really anticipated video part drops yesterday. You've been choppering between home and here for practice. At the beginning of the season, we looked at this global expansion, wondered, would anyone be able to sweep all 4 events? And now we're standing at the top of this ramp. You're the first athlete with a chance to do it. What would it mean to you, the Grand Slam, if you will?
You know, I just want to skate and I just want to have a good time. Like you said, I've been having a great time. That video part dropping feels great. Everything else is bonus and gravy. So I'm here to skate. Everyone's skating amazing. It feels good to make my runs first and then see what happens from there.
All right, so let's not delay anymore. Let's get to it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yes, he definitely has a bunch of new tricks that he could throw down, but yeah, we'll see right now. Let's check out the GoPro course description. Little Jagger Eaton is going to take us through it. The youngest competitor out there.
Hey, what up? I'm Jagger Eaton. We're at X Games Los Angeles. I'm about to give you the GoPro Big Air course preview.
Tony, a tiny little man taking us through the course. Now, the roll-in is so big up there, isn't it?
Well, and think about, you have to take an elevator to drop in. That is something we never thought we'd see. Jagger's comfortable with it. And look at this. Big, that's what it looks like when you do a backflip over the smaller gap. And right here, this is when it's the moment of truth, though. Is you make the gap, you've got to hit the quarter pipe going full speed, and you're going to go anywhere from 10 to 20 feet.
Wow, that is unbelievable. The other gap is 65 foot. The guys are going off and rolling in from the top as well.
GoPro Big Air course preview.
That's Jagger taking us through it. One of the problems there as well is hitting that quarter pipe. It's crazy to hit that thing at that speed.
It's such commitment too, and the slightest falter will send you flying way out over the deck or way out onto the ramp, and that's a long way down. Even if you land well, it's 20 feet from coping to your highest point of your air.
We are going to start with Edgar Pereira coming out of Brazil. We have 8 athletes. There's 2 sections. This is just judged 50% on the gap that you can see right there on screen. 50% and 20-minute jam format. Then we will go into a 20-minute jam on a full run. Edgar is rolling in.
Wow.
Straight into it, Tony.
Big backside ollie 360. Kind of landed in the back seat there. Had to tap his front wheels down on the way on the landing right there. Look at this.
We've seen him in some of the other contests throughout the year struggle just to try and make that gap, but he's come out of the blocks hard and fast there.
Well, these guys knew this is the last event of the year.
They really want to make this one count. So does this guy, Nolan Munro, rolling in. Skates big air, starting off. More of a basic trick there to start off, but just trying to get something under his belt.
Yeah, I think he learned his lesson maybe last time that you got to make sure you get something in before you start trying stuff that you're not sure of.
Here he is, the youngest guy with a smile on his dial non-stop.
I don't think he has a choice but to have a smile with that thing in his mouth.
Oh, you think he has to smile with that mouth guard?
Yeah.
He's high-fiving. It is the youngest competitor ever to be here at America's Navy Skateboard Big Air. Jagger Eaton. He's waiting for the AOK to go. Setting up. Might be going for a backflip here. Look at that ramp coming in right now. It's a great afternoon. Crowd is still pouring in right now. We're waiting for the scores to come in. For Nolan, Munro, and Edgar. We've stopped the clock. There's just over 18 minutes, so there's plenty of time for these guys to get a few hits. How many hits do you think they'll actually get, Tony?
Well, we've seen in the past they usually get anywhere from 4 to 5. Like probably 5 this time. But you know, it takes a long time to get back in position there.
Jagger Eaton going in, backflip.
Oh!
Looked like he leaned back a little bit on that one.
I think he just overshot the jump. If he had landed about 5 feet back, he would have been in perfect position. But because he kept going, his body kept rotating, and then he was just in the back seat.
Seems like he's going a lot further than he was last time. He was getting hooked up on the flat before.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember that? Jake Brown coming out of Sydney, Australia, going for that 720. He's got a few goes, so he's going to want to get that. Jake Brown, yeah, no stranger to the gold medal.
That was a bold move though for first hit, going for the Ollie 720, which we've only seen him make once in his life.
Yeah, twice. We've seen him make it twice. He made it in the run as well. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
And then he somehow missed the McTwist, and he always makes it to a McTwist. In right now, it is Tom Shah just jumping off there. These guys have been warming up. The other thing that I went up before and had a chat with all the riders, and the wind factor has been huge the last couple of days. They're telling me, you can see it on the screen behind Elliott Sloan there, that the wind has been going, it's a little less than today than it has been yesterday. So hopefully they're feeling it. This is Elliott Sloan coming out of New York City.
Whoa!
Tony, that's a solid start.
That was excellent. Yeah, the wind is to their back too, so the wind could actually make them overshoot this landing, which I feel like kind of happened right here to Elliott, but this is so solid. Kickflip mute grab into a 360.
Feet over the bolts.
And you can see when he lands here, I think he went a little bit further than he wanted to. He expected to land right back there.
Yeah. It must be the wind kicking in for sure, because these guys are definitely landing a lot further down. That was Mitchy Brusco, 16 years of age, 2-time silver medalist. Really wants that gold. He really wants to take it off, Mr. Bob Burnquist. Here he is right now, the Brazilian. Going for
there, 720. Oh, man.
Wow. It's a new trick he brought to X Games this year. It's in his video part. You've got to check that out as well on ESPN.com.
The incredible thing about that is when he takes off, his foot moves into a terrible position on his back, on his tail, and then you can see him adjusting it through the spin to fix it. Nice.
Back at the top of the list there, Edgar jumping off, coming down. Not exactly what he wanted there. Going straight into Nolan Munro. The Goodyear blimp is up in the sky, getting all the shots behind him. This is the America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think the wind is affecting these guys right now. It's at their backs, so it's making them overshoot the landing, and it's very likely that it will blow the board off their feet because they use that friction of the wind facing their board to keep it on their feet when they're not grabbing it. So right now, to do a trick where you're not going to grab, it's actually going to blow the board off your feet.
Jake Brown at top of the ramp. You can see the wind. It is definitely is coming in.
And Jake went for the ollie 720 in the last attempt. Going for it again.
Oh, landing on it.
And that was landing almost halfway down the landing ramp.
And
That's
a
lot further than 65 feet.
Yeah, a lot of these contests that we've seen, it happened in Brazil, it happened in Barcelona and Munich this year, where the guys were coming up short.
Right, I think that wind is taking care of that.
Definitely going to go the distance. Tom Shah back in.
Whoa!
Landing. Wow. Let's check out the replay on that.
Wow, you can tell these guys are overshooting that landing. That was a 720. And Tom was ready. Tom was ready to go a little bit further than he anticipated.
Elliott Sloan back up the top. There we have it. Let's check out the scores right now. Tom Shah is in first place. Elliott Sloan in number 2. The Brazilian Ancapiera in third position. The other riders down there have not landed anything yet, so don't go anywhere. I'm sure Mitchy Brusco, Jake Brown, and Bob Burnquist. Mitchy Brusco on screen.
Waiting for the,
Give him a little,
waiting for his cue.
Come on, give me something here, give me it. I want to go, I wanted to get this underway. Here he is, Mitchy Brusco, going off the smaller kicker.
720, looks good. Oh, these guys are just overshooting that gap.
Here he is. You can see he's landing a lot further down the ramp than we've seen in the other big air contests throughout the year.
There's the lean 720.
Bob Burnquist.
Bob is used to dealing with adversity on the mega ramp. He's probably dealt with every situation there is. He's got his own in his backyard, and that lean air 7 is his new signature move.
I mean, he's jumping off helicopters under rails on that ramp, so I'm sure he can deal with a little wind. That's what he wanted. He is going for 6 in a row gold medals. Bob Burnquist. Oh! Piera just coming off there. Mitchy Brusco, Bob Burnquist. Two guys that are no strangers to the podium. We are just over 10 minutes left. This is just the gap section. 8 athletes, 2 sections. This is the gap section, 20-minute jam. 50% will count on this. And then after this, we'll go for a full run, 20-minute jam session also, and that will count for 50%. Maximum score per run is 100. Jagger, backflip.
Solid.
Smooth as butter.
Just like his course description.
You did it in the course description, and there you see it. Another angle. Oh,
Oh, that was
smooth.
perfect landing. That's exactly where you want to be. That's the sweet spot. You can see the wind is kicking up even more now, making it more of a challenge for Jake to pull this ollie 720.
Jake Brown rolling in. Ollie 720. Board just coming away from him right there. We are halfway just on the gap section here at America's Navy Skateboard Big Air. It is all going on. Tom Shah, tail grab.
Whoa! Taking a cue from Elliott Sloan there with the tail grab 7.
Well, he's already got one under his belt. He's just going to want to go for it now to try and beat Bob, because that's been the problem as well in this contest. Bob really has a score, and all these guys are trying to catch him after the gap.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't think the tail grab 7 is going to do it, although it would be fun to see someone else make one.
Elliott Sloan currently in third position.
Oh, do you want a tail grab 7? There you go.
That's just showing the youngsters what's up there. It's like, this is how you do it, Tom.
Excuse me, Tom. I know you were trying to steal that from me, but
That tail grab, really sort of like corkscrewing around there.
yeah, he's got that. I mean, we've seen him do that at every big air event this year.
Welcome to X Games Los Angeles. America's Navy Skateboard Big Air is going down. Mitchie Brusco just there, having a little laugh, wasn't he?
I'm glad he's enjoying himself.
He is, indeed. Saw him on the little package there. He liked our reactions when he did the 1080. I thought that was hilarious.
It was genuine.
Mitchie Brusco is in.
Oh, missing that 720 again.
Hasn't led one thing so far. He's going to want to get something under his belt here, definitely. Try and get on that podium.
I've never really seen him have a problem with that trick.
I don't think I've seen him have a problem with it either.
Now what?
Bob Burnquist.
So, Ollie 540.
I mean, we've seen him in most video parts do that. He did it at the last contest as well. It's something special. Make sure you jump onto ESPN.com to check out Bob Burnquist's Dreamland video part over. Unbelievable.
Nice, heel flip body barrel. Oh, worst place to fall off right there.
We've seen Jake Brown and Elliott Sloan in Munich, both around that position, fall off. And it wasn't pretty. Jake Brown got knocked out, wasn't able to compete last time.
Yeah, that's right where you fall. You don't get the luxury of going down the bank anymore. You're going straight into the flat. So all that momentum, all that torque goes splat, and that's the worst position to be in here.
He's definitely the worst position to be in. Well, he's got a couple underneath his belt so far. He looks like he's fine. He's jumping up right now. Hear that? The crowd is cheering him. These guys are doing it tough out there. It's not easy to skate this.
Here it is. You can see he's just a little bit off, tried to save it, and just fell right to the bottom.
Off balance. There you go.
And these guys keep their trucks so tight that if they're off that, just a hair like that, you can't lean to fix it. You know, you can't just lean your board straight. It's going to stay going that direction.
Edgar. Tonight's aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear, the tires chosen by experts for superior performance in challenging conditions. Goodyear, more driven. That's the shot right there that the blimp's got. Bird's eye view, one of the best we have from Goodyear. Straight out.
Oh, Nolan Monroe going for the mute 720.
I've never seen him try that trick before.
Me neither. He was way off axis on that attempt, but it looks like something that he's probably done before, because I doubt he'd just be trying it here for the first time.
Well, he's got something under his belt already. He does like the full run more so than the gap section.
Whoa, Jagger Eaton taking one from Bob Burnquist with a switch backside 180.
So he's got the backflip and the switch back to 180. Do you think that will bump him up at all, Tony?
I think it could. Wow, and he kind of landed, came up short there. He actually landed before the down ramp, so that made it more dangerous. I don't know if the judges are going to think that's better, but definitely was scarier.
So we've still got Bob Burnquist in the #1 position at 46.6. Jake Brown going for that Ollie 720, unfortunately coming off. So the guys to look out for at the moment are Elliott Sloan and Tom Sharp. What are they going to need to do, Tony, to bump Bob Burnquist off that top position for the gap only?
That's going to be tough. I mean, if you're going for tricks you've already done like this, you know, tail grab 720, that's what Elliott has. So we expect that the highest score you can get is a 45.1 for that one. We've heard Elliott has been trying 1080s over the gap. That'd do it.
You think
that would definitely do it.
Well, Tony, this is where we could see it right now. I've heard he's got the 1080.
That was the attempt right there.
Wow, we have not seen that before.
That's a lot of spinning right there, especially trying to grab the tail and hold on to it like that. Wow.
So that could happen. Michi Brusco.
Oh no,
Wow.
Michi's coming up short.
The two guys that could definitely be bumped up into those top 3 positions are Michi Brusco, unfortunately just falling off, and Jake Brown, trying the 720 ollie. Probably got 2 more chances.
Oh, that looks good
at the
right there.
gap. Oh, just coming off. So every rider probably has 2 to 3 more runs where they're going to need to pull it together. They're going to have to have a decent score in just the gap section. Otherwise, it really hurts them when they go for the full run.
And Edgar coming back from a big fall on his last attempt. He did a heel flip, body barrel up 60, and fell right into the flat bottom. He's gonna throw that one away.
This is the America's Navy Skateboard Big Air. Just around 5 minutes left on the first section. It's just the gap. You guys have just joined us, and it's 8 athletes. Nolan Munro. Really trying to spin that around right now. Alyssa, I've heard you got a report on Jake Brown.
Yeah, Corbin, you guys have been talking so much about this tailwind, and I just asked him, is there a point at which you grab that board and get a score? And he said, you know what? No, I'm not one to change my game plan. So he's going to keep going for that 720 ollie.
Thanks, Alyssa. There, you heard it right there. What do you think about that game plan, Tony?
It sounds like Jake Brown. Sounds like his game plan always.
He's going for it, and he wants it. I mean, the thing is with Jake, if he lands these tricks that are so hard, he's going to take that goal position quite possibly.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, look, it's just the overshadow, the foreshadowing here with the flag and the wind going that direction.
He's only got a couple of shots. Jake landing all 4 wheels, but not on top of the board. Australia's going to be cheering for him. A little early grab on the flat bottom. Smiling.
Does he get a score for that?
I don't know, maybe he does.
At least he'll get something.
Tom Shah rolling in.
Tail grab 7.
Unfortunately not making it. So sitting in 3rd position with a 44 straight. 2nd position is Elliot Sloan, 45.1. He's about to drop in. Bob Burnquist going for his 6th gold medal here in Los Angeles. 6 straight gold medals for the Brazilian. He dropped one of the best video parts of his lifetime this weekend.
Tail grab, 1080.
I mean,
Wow.
Tony, to grab, if you're trying to think of 1080, would you really grab tail grab?
Well, I mean, I certainly wouldn't, but that seems to be Elliot's comfort zone.
Yeah.
When he knows where his feet are when he grabs the tail. I wouldn't say that about anyone else. I mean, most people want to grab around their leg and grab one side of the board so they have both feet on always.
Tony, we've got Michi Brusco, unfortunately sitting in last position and was not able to get it together. He's still all smiles. Hopefully, the little man gets one more chance, 16 years old. I mean, he's going to want to definitely be on that podium. Bob kicking it away just there. Looking surprisingly happy at the moment, Michi Brusco, considering he hasn't landed anything and he's sitting in 7th position. Maybe he's holding out.
I don't think he's holding out, but he definitely has a good attitude. There we go. There's that heel flip, body varial, 360. Solid. Edgar got one under his belt there.
Brazil is going to be cheering for him. The replay. Coming around, landing solid on this one.
Yeah, he was not going to make that same mistake twice.
Look, landing right down as well. A lot of the guys were landing before that line that you can see on screen. Having no problems at all with this tailwind. Guys are easily making it down the gap. Nolan Munro rolling it back in.
Oh, getting a little bit better takeoff on that one. He was way off axis on the other attempts.
Yes, the guy, the boys, little elevated music.
That's what the office elevators look like generally.
Everyone's having a chat, having a good time. It's all smiles in the
TPS reports.
the elevator. This quite possibly could be Jake Brown's last attempt. And he's going for broke. He's going for the 720. He has landed in competition before twice. Once only on this gap section. Here it is, Jake Brown.
Oh, his foot coming off right at the last turn there.
Going for broke and putting it all on the line. Let's check it out. Here he is.
Right there, I mean, that I really would blame the wind there. As it just started coming off on his last turn because it was turned that direction.
Tom Shaw.
Oh, that looks good.
Third position. He's going to stay right there with a 44. He's sitting still in a good position, but a few points away from Bob Burnquist, so it's hard to make it up in the full run section. Jakey not happy at all.
Is that a magic trick?
I think, and this is it. This will be Mitchie Brusco's last shot after Elliott Sloan. Elliott's sitting in number 2 position.
Yeah, and he knew that it was unlikely he was going to get to do this 1080, but we're glad to see it. We know that's the progression. We'll probably see him make it by the next event.
Tony, we've got Mitchie Brusco rolling in right now.
It's good. No! He's just having a hard time grabbing his board right now. And that's going to do it for Mitchie on this section.
I think this is one of the toughest we've seen Mitchie. Normally he's one of the most consistent out there. Bob Burnquist. I think that wind is really having its way with the riders out there. Huge tailwind. They've spoken about it for the last couple of days. They said there's not as much wind at the moment. But that is it for the gap section of the America's Navy Skateboard Big Air. Let's check out Mr. Bob Burnquist. It is the trick right now.
That's his signature now. Leaner 720. Look at how early he releases that too.
America's Navy Skateboard Big Air. The second half of it is about to go down. 8 athletes, 2 sections. We have already had the gap section. It was a 20-minute jam session, which is 50% of the total score. And right now is the second part of it, the full run, 20 minutes on the clock right now, and it is another 50%. Best run is scored. We're starting at the top of the list again with the Brazilian Edgar Pereira going for it. Had a solid go in the gap section. Backside 360 there.
I think the strategy is going to change a little bit. The wind seems to have died down, so it was to their back, and it was making them sort of overshoot the landing, but also pulling the board away from their feet on the ollie tricks. And now they've got to adjust for that. Now they could probably try the riskier ollie tricks, but they're going to have to make sure they clear the whole thing now because the wind is not going to help them.
Rolling in. Nolan Munro.
Solid mute 360 into a huge McTwist.
Oh.
About to hang up there.
The sun hitting that wall. That was unbelievable. 21. Wow, that is really up there. 21 foot.
That's a large McTwist. One of the highest we've ever seen.
Yeah, it is one of the highest. Nolan Munro has the highest air for that trick. Jagger backflip into a McTwist, landing. That is a solid run. The crowd is going wild for the youngest competitor out there, the America's Navy skateboard big air here in Los Angeles.
Right here, it's so odd how a 14-foot McTwist can look relatively low these days in this event. That's absurd, but he kind of came up short on the landing, and that cut his speed down quite a bit.
It's funny how we do that. Jake going for a backflip. We've seen him do it before to get on the podium. Highest air in 2012 at X Games was Nolan Munro. He went for that before. It was a 21 before, and what he's done is 22 foot, 2 inches. Wow. Tom Sharp going down there. Alyssa, you've got some news on Elliott Sloan.
Yeah, Corbin, I talked to him and he said the wind, while it has died down a bunch, what the problem is that it's gusting. So there are times when it's sending you really high, there are times that it's sending you really far. And now that the quarter pipe is into play, it's really a problem there. And he came here for the 900. He's come really close here at LA before, and so he's really going to be contending with this win.
Thank you, Alyssa. He is the only one that quite possibly could knock Bob Burnquist off that #1 position. But check it out. Just on his front foot there, all his weight over the front bolts.
Oh, right there. It looked like he'd bent his foot back when he came down on it.
I mean, unfortunately, this happened in Munich as well. And he hurt himself, but he was still able to get back up. Screaming the camera. I'm sure we're going to see it. Michi Brusco.
Whoa, going for a double grab 540 there.
I think he was smiling all the way down on that. Did you see his face there?
Well, yeah, it was almost like we're just toying with it, but here we go. It's a Mellon to Indy.
Swaps it right at that point.
Mike McGill used to do 720s like that. We called it the double-fisted burl twirl. I don't think that's quite what Michi was going for, but it's fun to see him enjoy himself.
He's enjoying himself. Another guy who's going to be enjoying himself with another gold medal and make it 6. It's Bob Burnquist, the Brazilian, rolling in for the run section. Switch backside 180.
You know this line. There it is. That's the signature Bob run right there. Switch backside 180 to an Indy 360 on the quarter pipe. And that has landed him gold in many of these events.
Many of these events. You think he's just trying to get that underneath his belt now and then push and try and bring something out from his video part?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that was solid. That Indy 360, he gave it a little nose moan, so it was like he was kind of overturning it. There he is with his daughter.
Hugging his daughter there, high-fiving a few friends. He knows he is the most decorated X Games athlete of all time.
Oh!
Edgar Pierre, unfortunately, jumping off that backside 360.
I was glad he did.
Because, yeah, I mean,
he was heading for another whip out into the flat there.
I mean, that's where we see people. Normally, we saw it with Jake Brown. You guys saw it earlier. It was a replay of Jake actually landing on the flat a few years back. Now, guys seem to be doing hard tricks over the gap and having trouble. Nolan Munro, Mute 360 over the gap.
Oh, huge McTwist.
Wow, what was the height on that? It's coming through. Let's check out the replay on that. Wow, look, it is up there. That would have to be one of the biggest I think we've seen so far. He's going to be maybe his own score.
Nolan has the record for highest air on the mega ramp, and it was 22 foot 2 inches, and that was during a McTwist.
Wow, that is big. Try and get a height on that. The other one was BMX, 23 foot 3 inches. The littlest member
Taking Bob's trick right there.
Going into it. He doesn't care. He's going for it. Into a McTwist.
Solid 15-foot McTwist there. With the switch backside 180 on the way in.
With the permanent smile from that mouth guard.
Right here, watch it. He comes up short on the landing, so he actually bounces his board off of that area. That's so dangerous right there.
Do you think just because he's so small and weighs so little, that's the reason why he can do it? Jake Brown's into it.
Wow.
Wow. See, it's times like this you think, should he have just got a gap trick over?
Yeah, but you know, Jake doesn't play it safe like that. He refuses to. That's okay. He's fun to watch. That was a big 360 over the gap and then into a huge McTwist.
Solid. Tom Shah from Malibu, and then moving down to where all the vert ramps are.
720, get ready. 900.
Oh!
Perfect.
Tom Shah! Wow! Straight out of the blocks.
Stepping up the game here.
Let's check out the 900 here. It was a slow rotation.
Yeah, well, when you have that much airtime, you can afford to do it slowly.
I'll take your word for it.
17-foot, almost an 18-foot 900 there.
Wow, where is this going to take him? Is he
Into
gonna
first.
Wow, there you go.
Into first, and that is with Bob making a run. That's a big deal.
This is interesting. This could change things. Bob is looking for that 6 gold medal. Another one you can't rule out is Elliott Sloan. Unfortunately, he seems to be limping after just tweaking his ankle just a little bit before. Elliott and Tom are the two that could take it from Bob Burnquist. Unfortunately, Mitchie didn't land anything in the first section, which is 50%. The gap section. This is the second section of the full.
Oh! Kickflip, body rail, 720, I think.
Didn't even light on his feet. Had trouble with his back earlier in the year in Munich. Seems to be not worrying Mitchie Brusco at all. But Bob Burnquist in a position that he knows oh so well. Top two.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That was a big slam right there.
Came down.
Straight to his face.
Did he hit his face then? Wow.
So right there, Bob was
Just the
going, he
impact.
was going for the lean air at 720 and then into the forward to fakie Indy 720, which is something that we have seen him win with. But this looked bad. This looked like he hit his face there.
Still wants to just walk off the ramp. Just slow it down and check out what's going on here. Doesn't look like he can see much at all. I'm not sure. Medical team are attending to him at the moment. Let's take a look at the trick.
Right here, he
This is one of the
looking good
hardest
right there,
tricks.
but pulled off a little too far, and it made him bounce right onto his forehead there.
There he is on screen, getting fixed up by medical. He's all good. Bob waving that arm to the crowd.
I don't know about all good, but he's up.
I mean,
and
he's a warrior. We've
he's a
seen
warrior,
him.
yes.
We've seen him come back from different slams all the time. He is not going to want to stop whatsoever. As we said, the most decorated athlete in history at X Games.
Right there, split his forehead open. I mean, this is boxing material right here.
His daughter, unfortunately, in tears at the moment. He's a warrior, Bob, and he wants to get it out there.
We've seen him come back from some pretty heavy injuries here.
He's said he needs his board, he needs his board. So, doesn't look like he's stopping at the moment. The Brazilian Bob Burnquist, 5 gold medals in a row so far. Alyssa, what is happening down there? It looked like he split his nose or head.
Yeah, I'm no doctor, but I've seen a few broken noses, and that's not what Bob's nose looked like a few minutes ago. He hit his head really hard. You know, like you said, he's not someone who wants to stop competing, but right now he's sort of walking toward the big air ramp, but he's also being shadowed by medical, so it's still up in the air whether we're gonna see him dropping in again.
Wow. So there you have it. Bob, nose looking not quite the same. Stick around. We have America's Navy Skateboard Big Air here in Los Angeles. Tom Shah, the little man of the moment right now. Here it is.
So solid right there.
That was the run that has pushed him in front of Bob Burnquist. What else does he have in his bag of tricks?
720. Coming off a little bit. Rotation. I don't know what he would have planned after that, though. Oh, you know, we did see him in Munich trying to do Stalefish 900s.
That could be it.
That could be it.
I mean, he's also done the 1080. He's the first one to do that trick ever in history. Mitchie Brusco was the first one to do it in X Games in competition.
Tail grab 720.
Landing
Here we go, Elliott. Tail grab 540.
Landing smooth. And he is pumped on that one. Elliott, big smile on his face. He needed that.
He did. He needed one run under his belt here, and that was a solid one right there. Look at this tail grab 720. He always just turns that last 180 right at the end.
And he likes it. He likes it indeed. This is the America's Navy Skateboard Big Air. This is the second section. We are under 10 minutes for this contest, and anything could happen right now. What have we got? Tony Hawk, we have a new leader right now. Elliott Sloan has been pushed into the top position. Bob Burnquist is in third. Tom Shah in number 2. Wow, this is an exciting competition. Things are looking different than normal.
I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised.
You're surprised, yeah. Bob.
Wow, Bob, having a hard time on that one.
Fortunately, jumping off there.
If you're looking at just trick versus trick, Elliott Sloan had a tail grab 720 over the gap, and Tom Shah had a 720 air over the gap. And then on the quarter pipe, Elliott Sloan did a 540, but Tom Shah did a 900. So that's a tricky situation. And I think Tom would have come out ahead of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not as high,
Yep.
but it's way more technical.
It's a way more technical trick. And Pierre just manually out of that up top.
Whoa!
That's solid.
Yeah. Solid run there for Edgar.
5.6 meters in the air.
Nice, huge body varial, 540 there.
We have got just under 7 minutes on the clock. We're stopped. Nolan Munro high-fiving Bob Burnquist, the soldier out there at the moment, needing to up the ante. Unfortunately, had a big slam. Nolan's going for this huge big twist.
Wow. 22 foot right there, almost at his record.
Unfortunately, it seems like he looks like he's coming too close to the coping. Is that what's happening there?
Yeah, and he's got a really severe flip on that twist where he's sort of coming in like a front flip, which makes it harder to spot, and there's less room for error on that.
the little man, Jagger Eaton, coming out of the USA, is having fun now. It seems like he's already done what he's come here to do, you know. What else has he got in that bag of tricks? He's just trying to flip. I think we saw him try a 360 flip over that gap.
Oh, yeah, we did.
As well. No grab, which would be very hard. Yeah, is it a kick flip?
I think it's a heel flip, back flip.
Jake Brown going for broke. Unfortunately, not coming up with the goods. There is Bob Burnquist walking up the stairs. Right now, second place, rolling in, Tom Shah.
720.
Oh.
Coming up short.
All right, so Tom Shah and Elliott Sloan.
Now, Tom did a 900, and Elliott did a tail grab 540. Elliott's was a bit higher, and they scored him higher on the run. So
what do you think about that?
Well, I am more a fan of difficulty, so I would go with Tom on that.
Elliott, unfortunately, coming off as well. Currently in the #1 position, Elliott Sloan coming out of New York City. If there's anyone that is going to put a line together for the second half of this contest, it's going to be that man on screen. Another kid out there, Mitchie Brusco. Skates big air, skates vert, skates everything. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get up there on the podium today like he's done before. Bob Burnquist, most decorated athlete in X Games history. Unfortunately, do you think that slam's really put him off?
Yeah, I think it would put anyone off. It would be hard to just come back to your right frame of mind after that. But if anyone can do it, Bob can. And I mean, look at him, he's still, you know, he's trying to get out of his head. He's trying to calm down. Whoa! Grabbing dark side on the heel flip and then sort of flipping back over.
Looking at that wind spot, wind with the flag on top of the roll in, it still looks strong. Nolan Monroe is going for this. Big twist, it is huge. Coming up over the coping there. Bob Burnquist is going for that grand slam. He's walking up the stairs to wait for the lift right there with Mitchie Brusco. In pain, he looks like right now. His head on the cooler. Jagger Eaton going for a kickflip.
Just 50-foot kickflip.
Just penciling out of that, rolling around on the flat bottom, having fun. Bob definitely looks like he's in somewhat pain after that. Wants that grand slam though. He wants 6 gold medals. Bucky Lasek also going for another gold medal this weekend. He's just unstoppable, Bucky Lasek on vert at the moment.
Yeah, these guys are, I mean, between him and Bob, it's machines on the ramps. Difficult trick, difficult trick.
Tom Shah landing clean.
Stale fish, 900, it's looking good.
Oh,
come on!
Tom! Look at him screaming.
That would be a first right there. He's ready to try again. Look at that, things are looking solid there. He's grabbed it a little bit far back. I think maybe he pulled out too far even, but all systems go there.
Elliott having a word to Bob Burnquist. #1 position, Elliott Sloan with Bob Burnquist in #3.
You know, to clarify, even if Tom had scored higher than Elliott in that last run, Elliott would probably still be in the lead with his overall score.
Right. Because the gap section.
Because the gap section, he was ahead of Tom by a full point.
Bob's next run will be his last chance This is America's Navy Skateboard Big Air. This is Elliott Sloan coming out of New York City in the #1 position. What else has he got? Can he hold on to it? He's trying to throw anything under right now. This is what it comes down to right now, Tony. We think this is the last two runs, Mitchie Brusco and Bob Burnquist. Mitchie looking above. Wow. Mitchie Brusco, last run. Unfortunately, Mitchie is not going to be able to make it on the podium because of that gap section. So this is what it comes down to. Elliott Sloan looking up to the top of the roll-in of the America's Navy Skateboard Big Air. Bob Burnquist is dropping in to try and get another gold medal. He's in 3rd position. Can he do it right now? No! This is Elliott Sloan's first gold medal. He has taken the streak off Bob Burnquist. Wow! This is his first. I just got goosebumps just then. It is good to see him